Yo, my people, welcome back. And as again, you can see next to me, I've got Karel, but this time we are doing a different video. We are looking at and we'll be ranking the biggest football robberies ever. Yeah, so basically what I've done is I've kind of, collated a bunch of the games that were either controversial, robbery, criminal, injustice, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to discuss each one and we're going to sort of rank them. So the four categories I have is green, which is like mild chaos. So it was chaotic, but it was still, fair. The outcome was still fair. The second one is amber, which is serious controversy. So meaning that some people agreed, some people disagreed. There's a lot of debate about it. And then the next one we've got is red, which is daylight robbery. So it's an absolute robbery. And the last one I have is extra red. This is criminal. So meaning someone needs to go to jail for this. Yeah. So yeah, someone needs to go to court and someone needs to go behind.
I need to hear a certain game. When I hear that game, I'm putting that in.
Yeah, so like I said, I got Karel here with me. Of course, HMRC. It was only right to get you onto this. So, you can then tell us, whether you think this was criminal or, they can get away with it. Yeah. So the first one, we're going to go straight into it. Since you're a Chelsea fan, we're going to go straight into it. We got Barcelona versus Chelsea.
Extra red, man. Extra red. Thomas of Rainbow needs to be jailed for that refereeing performance, bro. There's only a few times in football I've cried. That night I cried, bro. I cried out of anger, bro. I couldn't believe what I was watching. Bro.
You know what's crazy? Even as a Man United fan at the time, and obviously, I didn't want it to be another Man United Chelsea because I felt like because we beat you the previous year, I felt like it was it might have been written for you guys to get one back on us. So I was really hoping for Barcelona at the time. But even watching that game, I was thinking that Chelsea are getting hard done here. Like, for those that don't know, of course, it was a semi-final in the Champions League, second leg at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea had multiple strong penalty appeals for handball and fouls waved away. Like you said, you still remember the referees. The fact that he still remembers the referee's name tells you already.
Thomas Henning of Rainbow, bro. I'll never forget that man, bro. I'll never forget him.
He was a lot of questionable things. I remember that video, obviously, Ballack chasing him down with his hands wavering. The handball from Gerard Piqué at one moment, which for me was a clear handball. Yeah, like, where would you rank this? Obviously, Iniesta scored the late goal in the dying minutes to send them through. Yeah. Where would you rank this?
Extra red.
Extra red. So this is criminal.
Bro.
Are you saying this is criminal or are you just saying it's daylight robbery?
No, it's criminal. Like the man needs to be jailed, brother. I don't think you understand. Like, what people forget is Ballack's chasing him because a man handballs it, arm in the air, handballs it right in front of both Ballack and the ref. And the ref aired it, bro. For me, till this day, listen, we know about Sepp Blatter, we know about Michel Platini and what them man were up to. I actually think it was actually a conspiracy. Yeah. I think they saw that United beat Arsenal the night before and said, do you know what? We can't have this final again. And albeit it wasn't a great final because it was 1-1, penalties and all this stuff. But I genuinely think they look like there's a part of me that still thinks, do you know what? They said, we're not having a repeat of this final, like back to back.
It's plausible. It's plausible. Kind of like Border League this season. They didn't want STS to win it back-to-back. So, again, controversial decision. Yeah.
People handballing it.
See?
Referees ignoring it.
So, it's plausible. It's plausible. So people do regard it as one of the worst refereeing performances ever. Wow. I think his career after that went downhill. I don't think I think his career took a big hit after that game. Drogba obviously had that famous moment as well. It's a disgrace.
It's a disgrace.
I remember me being a 14-year-old kid thinking, oh my days, he just swore on TV. Thinking, why, he's lost his mind. It was crazy, bro. It was wild. So we're gonna say this is criminal. I think it's criminal.
I think it's criminal.
I think it's criminal.
If there was there was another section like black, like most severest punishment of all time, bro, they would be in there. Well, at least we started there.
Yeah, get it out of your chest, bro. Come on. Next one we have is Argentina versus England, the 1986 FIFA World Cup quarter-final. Obviously, this is the famous hand of God. Diego Maradona obviously punched the ball into the net. Referee and linesman both failed to see it, to spot it. Obviously, there was protests. England players protested, but they still gave the goal. And funny enough, they actually gave that goal the goal of the century. So they gave a goal that shouldn't have been legal the goal of the century.
Wait, they gave that goal, not the other one.
No, they gave that. Actually, wait. They might have given. No, sorry. The one running might have been the goal of the century.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a bit mad to give.
Yeah, but I think they also voted that goal as one of the most. I think I might be wrong. Most iconic moments in that century. So the hand
Yeah, it
of
must
God.
have been. People still talk about it today, and it's like it's been like what 40 years.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think it's voted one of the most iconic moments.
At the end of the day, it's a one-off goal. Now, should you as a referee believe that Maradona can jump that high and beat the goalkeeper to it? I don't know, but I'm pretty sure as well that if I remember the goal correctly, the England defender is actually the one that he miskicks it, so it goes back towards the goalkeeper.
Yes.
So, okay, it is. I can't wait. What score did the game finish? 2-0.
It finished.
Or 2-1.
I think. Oh, that's actually a good question. I think it might.
I feel
have
like
been
Lineker scored in that game, but I want to say.
I think it was 2-1.
If it was 2-1.
I think it was. I could double check it. Let me just fact check it before people say, "Oh, you got to do what you're talking about." But I'm gonna fact check it.
Let me, because it might change my answer.
This is for the football historians. For those of us who remember, it was 2-1. Yeah.
2-1.
Yeah. It was
okay,
2-1.
so it's daylight robbery then.
Yeah.
Because like basically the winning, it plays a part in winning the game. I was thinking if it was 2-0 and Maradona scored those, he scored the handball and then he scored the mad goal, and then England didn't score, then I'll probably say.
Yeah,
it's controversial, but I think that is daylight robbery because
it cost them the game. It literally is
yeah.
daylight robbery. Literally happened in daytime, and they did get robbed. So for me, it's daylight robbery. I would just kind of contemplate it should be criminal, but them times they didn't have VAR. They have technology. We're basing it on in real time. You're seeing it with your eyes. There's a chance that maybe the view might be skewed.
He disguised it well though.
He did that, and that's why I wouldn't put it as criminal because I think maybe he did fool the referees. Generally, he did fool them. So
do you remember when Paul Scholes did it?
Yes, but then he got
sent off.
He got sent off, or he got carded if I remember. He got
his second yellow against Zenit in the Super Cup.
It's crazy. And we lost that game as well,
Yeah, hey Danny, shout out Danny, wherever he is these days, but Danny was a baller.
Yeah. So we're gonna give this one daylight robbery, yeah?
Yeah, I think you have to.
All right, cool. The next one I have, I don't know if you remember this one, Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich in the Champions League 2017.
Wow.
Just for context for those that don't know, Arturo Vidal was sent off after a questionable yellow card. Cristiano Ronaldo scored an offside goal in extra time. So obviously that kind of shifted the momentum of the game. And then obviously Bayern were felt hard done by. They complained to UEFA. They said that, they got robbed. This one, I know, it's a referee mistake. It's an officiating mistake. It happens all the time. We see it on a weekly basis in the Premier League. Where would you rank it? Because at the time there was no technology, VAR. This is like a couple of years before VAR was introduced in the Champions League.
Yeah, you see, there's things to be said about that Real Madrid free-peat and the manner in which they got it at times because there's some mad decisions. But I think it's hard to say because you look at because I was talking about this the other day, especially this match, and I said, but you go throughout that period of time up until VAR comes in, and there's games like that across the board. You look at Chelsea United in the running of the 09-10 season, Drogba's a mile offside.
Yeah.
And I think McKayda for his goal, I think it hits his hand at some point, which might be ruled out today. So it's can we judge those matches by the standards of today? And there's I'm sure, I don't know what's on the list, but there's a game that comes to mind from a World Cup that should be, that you could sit there and say, technology, no technology, it's criminal. But with this, it's, okay, offside, I think. Offside's been around a long time.
Yeah.
And then the red card as well, it's can we really say it's much different to say Real Madrid versus Barcelona was it 2011, I want to say? When, no, was it Real Madrid Barca?
Which one?
Who got sent off now? Someone got, it might have been Real Madrid, or was it Inter Barca? Someone got sent off anyway for a foul it wasn't even that bad.
On Busquets.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was.
Was it Pepe?
But Inter Milan. No, it was Inter Milan.
No,
You're right. It was that game. It was
that
20,
game, innit?
2010, the second leg
Yeah,
at the new camp.
Yeah.
And then Busquets kind of faked it.
Yeah, and I'm like-
I can't remember which player it was though. That's I don't know why it slipped my mind, but I remember the game you're talking about.
Yeah, and that's just like-
and they played the rest of the game 10 men, and they still won.
Still won, but it's
Yeah.
like I don't know, man. The standard of officiating has always been a bit shaky, but I don't know if that would like we don't still talk about it as this great robbery today, which makes me feel like was
Yeah.
it that deep in the grand scheme of things? Which is why I put in like I'm not.
Is it a serious controversy or mild chaos? I would say serious controversy.
Serious
I think
controversy
it was a clear
for
mistake.
sure.
Yeah.
But it's like we're not. Again, we're only talking about it for the purposes of the video, but I don't
Yeah.
think people sit there going, "Yo, I remember when Real Madrid robbed Bayern in
Yeah,
the game,"
I agree.
as opposed to like 09, like Chelsea Barca, which is like till this day, you talk about big robberies and it's like the first one that comes to mind.
Yeah, so we're gonna say Amber then. So it's a
think
serious
so.
controversy, but that's about it. It was just a
Yeah.
mistake, and you just kind of have to move on. That's just the nature of the game at the time.
And I'm saying, I think I'm looking at that more so from an impact
For the
metric
free-
rather,
yeah,
for
for
like,
yeah.
with like 9 years on, I think, and
Yeah,
like, we don't really talk about it as much, so I have to kind of scale it down. Otherwise, everything would be robberies in it because the mistakes was made. But yeah, with this one, I think I'll put in Amber compared to the others.
yeah, I'm with you. I'm gonna put Amber as well. I think it's controversy. There was a mistake, but that was the nature of football at the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes you know refs make mistakes, and it's the final decision. You've got to just kind of live with it.
Yeah.
But you're right. I don't like. I remember it because obviously it's prominent. Like it was
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where you're right. No one really talks about it anymore. Next one though. Don't know if you remember this one. How old are you, by the way?
28.
28. Okay. So
Think about that for a second.
yeah, because you're a couple years younger than me.
I remember it.
But South Korea versus Italy.
That's what I was thinking. That's
Yeah.
the game I said at the game
Yeah,
at World Cup before. Yeah, nah,
yeah.
bro, this is
You go and speak. Yeah.
this is criminal, bro. Because it's not even like there's nothing to excuse
Yeah.
this, and the referee got done for it. No,
I'm not too sure what happened, but I think his career took a hit.
bro,
Yeah.
like this is when they talk about home field advantage. Like everyone's against you. Some of the bookings, disallowed. Was there a goal disallowed in that
They
game?
had a
as
goal
well?
disallowed. I think Totti got sent off for apparently diving.
Yeah.
I think there was even one moment where the ball went off the pitch, but they somehow let the play continue.
Wow.
There was a lot of questionable calls.
Yeah.
And for those that don't know, obviously South Korea were the hosts at the time. So this was the 2002 World Cup. Japan and South Korea were the hosts. And then South Korea ended up scoring the winning golden goal.
Mind
Which
games.
isn't a thing anymore, by the way. So golden goal, that was the last tournament that had golden goal as well. So South Korea
Golden
ended
goal
up
was
scoring.
cold though.
It was cold. It was a cold idea.
You know, like when you was like,
Yeah.
because obviously we still did it when we was playing up, like growing up, and it's like let's go wins, innit?
Yeah,
You see,
yeah.
like golden goal was elite, but I think it kind of made more sense in terms of, I guess teams would be a bit more pragmatic in that because you don't want to concede, so you'd probably
Yeah,
rather take the
yeah,
pen.
yeah.
But bro, I'm getting flat because I didn't watch it live or anything, but like
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of videos on it and like seen the highlights and everything.
Yeah.
Like in hindsight, I said, bro, like
Yeah, Italy
that's
was-
where you
yeah.
sit there, like even 24 years later, we're sitting there going, bro, like during the game, someone should have came onto the pitch from
Yeah.
FIFA and just been like, yo, no, it's not, this ain't happening, bro. Or
Yeah.
during the game, you're going to find who paid who to do what because that's not mistakes, bro. That's corruption.
That's the thing, and that's what I'm gonna ask you now. Where would you categorize it? Because someone could argue and say it's serious controversy, so meaning it's amber, so there was questionable decisions, but ultimately Korea won the match.
Yeah.
Some people say nah, the referee was bookie. This is robbery. Some people might even go far and say there's something dodgy
bro.
going on that's criminal.
He's up there with Thomas Henning of Vrabel, bro.
So we say criminal for that one then.
Criminal.
Yeah.
Where's Luca, man? Give me
Yeah.
Luca to talk about this one. I don't think he was even born, bro. He'll still be vexed about
Yeah,
it.
there's
Like that.
one of those stories that they get told that when children come, when they birth their children, they got to tell the story about South Korea.
Bro, I don't think he's listened to K-pop once, bro. He's still hurt, bro. I'm telling you.
Nah, I hear it. I don't understand it though.
Yeah,
I don't understand it. So okay, so we're gonna say that's criminal.
Criminal, bro.
The next one, and we definitely lived this moment.
Yeah.
Germany versus England at the 2010 World Cup, round of 16. Obviously Lampard. At this point it was 2-0 to Germany, right?
Was it 2-1?
Was it 2-1 or 2?
I feel like Upson scored, and then that was going to make it 2-2.
Yes. Yes, you're right. It would have made it 2-2. It was 2-1 at the time. I think Defo scored, right? For us. Was it Defo? Or...
Nah, Upson.
Upson, that's it.
Matthew Upson, yeah.
So
What
it was
a name,
2-1.
bro.
Yeah, it was 2-1 at the time.
Yeah.
It's mad because I think we only had 3 scorers in that tournament. Gerrard, Defo and Upson. I think there was enough.
Yeah, Defoe scored against Slovenia?
Yeah,
Slovakia,
I can't remember,
Slovenia, whichever one it was, yeah.
But it was 2-1 at the time when Lampard, took that strike. What we also called the ghost goal.
Yeah.
Because obviously the ball had crossed the line by a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like, bro, the ball basically went in the goal and then came back out of the goal.
Yeah.
Let's keep it real. Like, it went in and then back out.
Yeah, it's true.
Neuer, I think, played a big part in that because I think the way Neuer went so nonchalant about it, just picked the ball and carried on like nothing happened. I think that played a lot. I think that was mind games.
Did he see it though?
I don't know. It's a good question because I feel like he did see it. I think he knew, or maybe he had like some sort of assumption that ball had gone into the net. But it's the way he just calmly picks the ball and just carries on like nothing happened.
Yeah, because it like bounces, like he dives, it bounces, he comes out, he just grabs
the
it
ball and just carries on.
And then Lampard's going. But it's like, again, with this one, don't get it twisted. At the time, I was vexed. That's another game I cried at, by the way. Like, I've never seen England get packed in the way they got packed in that game. It was dark.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'd put it up there because yes, it's one decision that can change the game. But I'm looking at going, okay, look what happened in football after it. So they brought in goal line technology. They had to do it.
That goal definitely caused it. That goal was definitely the reason why they pushed heavily
They
forward.
had to, because anything that affects the English, like, they have to get the rules changed for it. It's just how it is. But I think for me, I have to say that the way the rest of that game went and the way Germany dealt with England, I think they're going to do that anyway. You could talk about momentum and say, yeah, it's 2-2. But what them man were doing, it was problematic, man.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I can give a high ranking or high rating for that one, to be honest.
I'm gonna give it daylight robbery, just because I do believe I agree with you. I think it was a mismatch. Germany were by far the superior team. We were pulled that whole tournament from the group stage up until that point. So I do think Germany were, always the better team, and I wouldn't be surprised even if that goal went in, they still thumped us anyway. But I do also believe if it's 2-2, it can be a different game, and I think it has a big impact on how the rest of that game goes. So, and the fact that it wasn't just a bit over the line where it's a bit questionable. You have to look at so many replays to see, bro. You saw it in the first instance live. Oh, you see it went into the goal. So for me, I'm gonna say it's 2. I can't give it amber. Because Amber is just like, there was a genuine mistake there. I think this one's just like...
Do you not think it's genuine, though?
I do think it's a genuine mistake, but I'm like, how does the linesman, the referee, not see it, but everybody else saw it? Like, meaning that even us as viewers watching it on live TV, we could see that ball went over the line. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
On first view, I'm like, yeah, it's a goal. It's only when you watch the replay and you go, how far in it went in.
Bro.
But it's like... it's
even physics.
Because I think, like, if you go to, like, let's say... Spain or like any other country, right?
Yeah.
And you talk about this moment, they'll probably go okay, like it happened, but the rest of the game, I think because like I remember watching that game and I remember how many times they showed like the whole half time was not about the rest of the performance. It was about this 15 minutes they were talking about Lampard's goal that wasn't given, and I think that it's because it's been like amplified so much.
Yeah.
We're inclined to put it way higher than it is. But if England win the game, would you look at it? No,
but I do always think it changes the tide of the match. I think 2-2 changed. I do generally believe it changes the momentum of the game. And I think, when it's an error, that much of an error, not to take it away from Germany, I think Germany was still the better team on the day, but it's just like the fact that everyone else saw it, but the two most important people on the pitch didn't see it at the time. Also, the physics, bro. The ball's hit the crossbar, it's gone in, and it's hit the crossbar again on the other side. How does that make sense, bro? How do you not even think to yourself, you're like, yo,
But do you think that's part of the
physics.
reason they think it didn't go in? Because it's like usually when you think of a ball hitting like crossbar, hits the line,
it
comes
has to
back
come
out.
back like this way though. How does it go this way, back out again?
That's
It's
the
like,
thing.
I don't know, bro. I think it's daylight robbery.
I don't mind.
I don't think
putting
it's
it there.
criminal because it wasn't intentional, but I think it's daylight robbery. I think it's daylight robbery. Controversy is like like a mistake was made, but you either agree or disagree, and there's a debate about this one. Is no debate. It was a goal, and you never gave it. So for me, it's like robbery.
I hear it.
But
I'm not mad at it.
you're still on the amber.
I was probably going to be like borderline with it, so
Yeah.
I'm not mad to go either way. But I'd probably lean more amber for me, just because, like to me, it's a genuine error. And on first viewing, obviously, I don't have like the linesman because you got to think he hit that from far
He
as
did,
well.
he
You know,
did.
So
It
it's
was a good
not even
shot.
like it's in the box or something, and the linesman is in line with the thing, and he's seen it do that. Then he didn't see it, but it's like, where's the line? Like, where the linesman and referee are going to be stood in that phase of play?
Yeah.
It's like maybe you can miss it, but I'm okay
is
with.
it, is
I'm
it for
okay
you
with
more
daylight
about the
robbery.
performance though? Like you're saying
Yeah,
we were gonna
like-
lose anyway. That goal's not gonna make a difference.
Bro, I'm saying the performance was that bad. Yeah, I'm just like, why are we even talking about a goal that wasn't given, bro?
Nah, I hear you.
But I hear it.
I
Like,
hear you.
I'll go daylight robbery with you.
Yeah, you sure? Yeah. All right, cool. We're gonna say that's daylight robbery. So the next one I have is Manchester United versus Tottenham, 2005 in the Premier League. I don't know if you remember this. Bro.
Yeah, I do.
Pedro Mendes took a shot from like in his own half or near the halfway line. Lobs. Well, no, there's a lobbing, but Roy Carroll's obviously caught the ball. Somehow, some way, that ball's gone behind him. It was like an Onana moment for guys that
Yeah, bro.
aren't old enough to remember this. But basically, he's caught the ball, and somehow he's fumbled it backwards.
Yeah.
The ball's gone in, and he scooped it out of the goal, and they never gave the goal.
That is for me. That's daylight robbery because
The game ended 0-0 as well. That game.
Yeah, no, that's daylight robbery, bro. Because I can actually picture it as you're saying, and I'm like, how do you not know that's going? But then I'm using the same argument, the Lampard one. I'm like, it's bare far away. Where's everyone's? But I'm like, he know because you know it's like you said with Neuer. Yeah, Neuer was cool about it. He kind of just went, we carry on playing. You could see the guilt on Roy Carroll's face, bro. He knows he messed up. I think he was waiting for the whistle, and it's like, oh, like they're not gonna give this one, broski.
You know, I felt like that game started the reputation of referees favour Man United. Referees are scared of Fergie. You know, Man United are paying referees. Fergie's paying these referees. That game started that whole narrative. I felt like.
But is that game not the same season as the 49?
The 40. I think it might have been the season after the 49 when we ended their streak. You mean?
Yeah.
I actually know. I think it's the same season actually.
Isn't it?
I think it's the same season. Yeah, you're right. Because the one where you talk about where the Rooney goal, right? And
that's daylight robbery.
That one also.
That's daylight
There's a lot of
robbery.
questionable decisions that way. But I think okay. Now, it's actually good that you brought that up because I think now that you add that game with this game in the same season, that's I genuinely believe that was the year or the season where that narrative generally was birthed about how United pay referees and referees favour Man United and you know. But yeah, even as a Man United fan, I think that's daylight robbery. Don't think it's criminal because again, like you said, it could be an error. You know, they just didn't see it. Pedro Mendes does shoot from his own half. People forget that he shoots from his own half, bro. So yeah, definitely daylight robbery on that one. Yeah, I have to admit that. Next one, France versus Ireland. In the FIFA World Cup qualification playoff match in 2009. So for those that don't know, Thierry Henry famously handled the ball on the touchline.
Yeah.
And in the dying minutes of the game, he didn't score. He set somebody up.
Yeah,
right?
it was Gallas.
Gallas, he set someone up. So basically, the ball was going off. He's basically stopped the ball from going off with his hand. He's passed it to Gallas, and in the dying minutes of the game, wins it for France, and they qualify for the 2010 World Cup. That one, I mean, it's mental because then he not that he admits it, but you can see the guilt on his face.
Yeah.
He goes and consults other Irish players. Richard Dunn, I remember he sits next to him, tells them, yeah, sorry, my bad, I've done it, but I had to do what I had to do for my country. Became a villain for a little while.
Bro.
He became a big villain for a little while.
That was one of the most controversial moments in football in that era, bro. Like, Thierry Henry was actually a hated man for... And it's weird to say now, like, how loved he is and at the time when he was like at Arsenal and stuff, like how lovely it was. But in
Yeah.
that, bro, for that, I don't even know. I think it was from that game till like after the World Cup. Like he was probably one of the most hated men in football, bro.
Yeah, no, for sure, bro. You know what's so crazy? Obviously, he done all of that. He obviously admitted it as well, and you know, he said, "You listen, you know, I regret it, but I did what I did," kind of thing. Bro, one, they denied Ireland a place in that 2010 World Cup, but then what happens for France at the 2012 World Cup just makes it. So what's the point?
What's the point of going?
What's the point of the going? Like, you guys just threw away. You mean you protested? You didn't even perform in that tournament.
I'll be honest though, like
They got grouped as well.
they got grouped properly as well. That group was baby food as well.
Yeah.
They got grouped. I think when you look at the fact that they're even playing a qualification,
Yeah.
they're playing against Ireland, it probably tells you how their qualification went and then what came of it.
Yeah.
And bro, that one there, like, it's not because you have to watch it to understand it, yeah. But like, there's no physical way he can keep the ball in with anything other than his arm. He doesn't handball it once; he handballs it twice because he like handles it with like this part and then taps it in with his hand, and then the ball just miraculously lands at his feet. And it's like, bro, like,
It's crazy.
how does no one see? Like, even if you use your brain as a referee, right, and you say, okay, how has he kept that ball in? Something dodgy's happened here, and it's, for me, that could be criminal because what it cost Ireland.
Yeah. Stop
was
their place for the
dark,
World
man.
Cup, man.
Yeah, like, have they been to the World Cup since?
No, I don't think they have. You know, I don't think Ireland have been to that. No, definitely not since then, and not at that moment. So.
Yeah, so like,
I mean, the last one I think they might have went was 2002.
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, obviously the Robbie Keanes and all this of the world, like Shea Givens, one last run at the World Cup, didn't even get that because of a like literal robbery. I think it's look. You look at one decision in the game, I think it's criminal because you can't miss it. I don't think you should miss it. Can't miss it. And
but then could we not have said the same thing about the hand of God and the Neuer moment and Rory Carroll?
Like,
they missed it.
Yeah, but with the hand of God, right? He jumps up. Could be his head, could be his hand. Obviously, when you watch it back, it's obviously his hand.
Yeah.
But like, physics dictate that, like, if he jumps and heads it, like, that could happen. But it's like, with the Henry one, it's
the only way you keep the ball,
keep that in.
Without your hand.
Yeah, without your hand. Because he either has to use his body or use his thigh.
Yeah.
Both of which aren't nowhere near the ball. So it's like, the fact that he's used his hand and he's used it twice and redirected the ball, like, come on, man.
Okay, for argument's sake, though, because there was a lot of bodies in the box. There were so many bodies in the box in that moment. Could there not be a possibility that the referee's view of it was skewed in that moment?
What, you couldn't see the ball?
And like, he couldn't see, the body part or where the ball's landing or what body part is hitting off Henry in that moment. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm just putting that there just because I feel like we could use the same argument we used for the other ones. I feel like can be used on this.
True.
It can be used.
How plausible is that?
That's the thing. Yeah.
And that's why I look at it and go, it starts to fall away at that point.
So you're saying it's criminal then?
Yeah, for me.
For you, it's criminal. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna stay on daylight robbery.
You're on daylight robbery?
I'm gonna say daylight robbery. I feel like the emotion side of it from Ireland, of course, I can understand if you label it as criminal because, bro, it literally stopped you from going to World Cup. Yeah. So the emotional side of it, it will feel like that. I just do think it's daylight robbery. It was a major bad decision, if that makes sense. But ultimately, there's no technology. There's nothing you can do to review it. So yeah, I mean, it's crazy, man. I feel like football was a lot more. There was a lot more drama before technology. I can't lie. Even with technology, there is drama, but I think back then it was a lot more. The next one I have a bit more recent. This one, Tottenham versus Liverpool, 2023 in the league. I don't remember it at White Hart Lane. Not White Hart Lane, at the Tottenham Stadium.
Oh, the VAR one.
Yes, Luis Diaz scored. Obviously, you know the rest. Obviously, VAR. I think they were meant to. What were they meant to do at that point? Because I think it was he was onside.
Yeah.
They said called it for offside. The VAR done a check, and they said he was They just said no goal. Even though he was onside.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I think. Do you know what makes it worse? Yeah, is the fact that they released the audio.
Yes.
Of them talking to each other, and then that's what like amplified it. Bro, what can you like? We've a lot of this list has been no technology, and now you've got the tools to make the
this
right
one,
decision.
yeah, this is the first one with the technology now. I feel like so. This one, of course, you're relying on VAR to make the right calls.
Yeah.
They initially called him offside, and then when it comes to find out he actually is he is onside for that goal, but they still disallowed the goal. That's crazy. That is crazy. Like if I'm a Liverpool fan, yeah, and that happens.
Oh yeah, my head will be in
My
the sky.
head will be, bro, it'll be on Mars.
Yeah, bro, I'll be good, bro.
It's crazy, bro.
That's the definition of mind games, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nah, I think is it criminal though? It's got to be in it because you've got all the tools that like, it's not criminal in the sense that in the grand scheme of things, it's not like the be all, what's the word? Like
the end all be all.
It's not, the end all be all, right?
Yeah.
But like, bro, you have the tools in front of you to make the right decision, and it's like a blatantly obvious decision that you've changed. And they didn't win the game, did they?
They didn't win the game. No, I think did they draw?
They drew.
I think they
Was it
drew.
2-2?
Right? I think it was 2-2. I think they drew. I want to double check that again, but I think they drew. Liverpool, Tottenham, and Liverpool. Yeah. But the thing is, you know what the problem for me is that, like you said, the audio came out and it's clearly a miscommunication. But then why can't you still rectify that?
Exactly.
You can still stop the game and say, look, we're going to review it and we're going to rectify it because clearly there's an error, but they just kept letting play go on.
Yeah.
Which for me, that's the part that doesn't really make sense for me. I thought the whole point of technology is to always make sure that the correct decision is made. But I think they felt that once they've done something, they felt like it was too embarrassing for them to then go back.
Can't take it back.
Can't take it back. But you should be, bro, I feel like at this day and age, you should be able to. No. Actually, Tottenham won the game 2-1.
Even worse.
Yeah, Tottenham won the game.
I said 2-0 because I think that's the goal. Yeah.
But so it was a 2-1. I remember because I did this at the fact that I don't remember this man. I was at Nighttown and we did a SDS, a live watch at Nighttown, and obviously we had Fuizi and Fuad, the two representatives. Yeah. So I should have remembered that. It was actually 2-1, but yeah, no, I mean, listen, that one I feel like you could argue, if I'm a Liverpool fan, it's criminal.
Yeah.
You can argue that it's criminal because you literally have the technology to give you the right decisions, but you didn't do it. But for me, I would still say it's daylight robbery because I think it's a major problem. It was a major mistake, but I don't think it was intentional. I don't think it was malicious intent behind it. I think it was a genuine miscommunication error, and they just didn't rectify it in that moment.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. No, I think daylight robbery is fair.
Yeah.
It's hard. Like, I think it's hard to say, like, if something... Because criminal has to be intent in it. You have to feel like there's actually a conspiracy against someone.
Yeah.
But yeah, in that one, it's just a really stupid error. Like, really, really stupid error.
Yeah, so daylight robbery is fair then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Next one. Barcelona versus PSG in the Champions League round 16. The famous remontada. 6-1.
Yeah.
You might be confused, and I can understand why some people be like that when they hear this game be brought up. PSG fans argue that in this game, a lot of decisions went against them. They believe that a lot of the penalties that Barcelona got in the game were soft. They also believe that the referee favoured Barcelona in this game.
PSG fans being emotional, bro.
Me personally, bro, I don't even rank this.
I don't. I was gonna say I don't know.
This was unranked because I genuinely feel, you know what it is? It sounds like a sore loser.
Yeah.
It sounds like a sore loser.
No one told you to go lose. You won the first leg 4-0. I was in Paris like the day of that game.
Oh wow.
When they won 4-0, and yeah, to go into the second leg and lose 6-1, like, but that's on you. That's on you. And I remember one of the penalties. I know it was 100% a penalty because he took Neymar out.
Yeah.
But yeah, and another one, they're going through on goal and he pulls him down, I want to say. So I'm not buying it, bro.
I mean, generally, that's what PSG fans believe. There was a conspiracy that game. They believed that a lot of decision went against them. They felt that referee was favouring Barcelona. They felt like a couple of penalties were soft. And they felt that that's what kind of helped fuel the comeback. It's like they said that UEFA wanted them to come back.
No, I'm not having it, bro.
I mean, I'm going to just put it as mild chaos. I think the chaos part for me is the fact that you gave away a 4-0 lead.
Bro.
That's the only thing. I'm legit. That's the only reason why I'm giving it as mild chaos.
Because, like, who told you to do that? I didn't.
Yeah, so yeah, we're just gonna say it was chaos, but chaos for the right reasons. I think we saw one of the best comebacks in Champions League history. So
I was in bro, because I thought the tie was done. I went to cinemas that day, and I ended up just watching the whole thing on my phone, like in the cinemas, like as it was on. I didn't even barely watch the movie. I was watching the game.
Yeah, I got Snapchat memories of that game. Me going crazy, like it always comes out like every year. I always see it, like it was just me going nuts when they came back. But yeah, so we're gonna say chaos, or we're gonna say green on that one, and we don't really think there's much issue in that. Next one we have is Arsenal versus Barcelona 2011 Champions League round 16. I don't know if you remember this, but Robert Van Persie got sent off. Offside, cool. He was through on goal. Offside, he decides to take a shot. Literally split, not even probably 0.2 seconds between the whistle blowing and him shooting the ball. Gets a second yellow and then straight red. I mean, second yellow, then a red card.
Prime UEFA loner, man. Prime UEFA loner. Yeah, no, it
probably cost him the tie, to be fair. Cost him the tie.
It did. Especially, that was the Van Persie that was red hot as well. Yeah. Because he scored in the first leg as well.
2-1, they won that first leg, Arsenal.
And then, he gets sent off, they lose the game, lose the tie. They lost the game, innit?
Yeah, they lost the game heavily as well. I think it was like 4-0, maybe 4-1. I can't remember the scoreline. Yeah. But they lost bad in that game.
But I remember that decision, and to me, it's genuinely criminal, because I don't think in any era, at any point, if you blow the whistle, I mean, we had a few of those last season, like yellow cards and red cards for kicking the ball away or whatever, like after the whistle's blown. But in this one, it's like, bro, the stadium was loud. You can barely hear the whistle. Yeah. Okay, cool. If the whistle's gone and he's shot, fine. Yeah. Then just bring it back. But sending him off for it, I think it was disgraceful.
Yeah, absolutely I think it was excessive. I think it was unneeded. I think it was they escalated it too quickly. I mean, if it was like 5-10 seconds later, fair enough. Or if he's hogging the ball or whatever it is, but he literally, it's almost instant. So, I mean, I think it's tough now. Because I'm not going to say it's criminal. It's criminal in the sense that it cost them the tie.
But that's not even an error from a referee. That's a decision.
Yeah, that's a judgment.
A judgment. And I think that's a judgment with ill intent, because like you got to use factors. Like in that situation, the player's on a yellow. Like you can actually warn them. Like if you feel like he's doing, like, yellow cards aren't a requirement. They're it's a judgment call. You can see a same foul. Not every foul is a yellow card with context, right? And not every ball being kicked away is a yellow card with context. And I think in that moment, whatever possessed the referee to give that yellow card based on him taking a shot a second after you've done that, it's not on for me, man.
So what would you say then? Are you gonna say it's daylight robbery, or would you say it's criminal?
I think it's criminal. Yeah, I think it's criminal. As a decision, like as a refereeing decision, it's criminal. Like a lot of the other ones, we can always look at other angles and say, was it fair? Was it not fair? This and that, or like, could the ref have seen this or not seen that? In this one, it's like you saw the action. You know when you blew the whistle, you know when you kicked it, and you still sent him off, and it's like,
I'm with you. I think if you base it on judgment, then and intention, then I'm gonna say for sure criminal. Criminal, because it cost them the tie as well. Next one is Holland versus Spain, 2010 FIFA World Cup final. Young with these kung fu Jackie Chan,
I forgot about
straight to the chest on Xabi Alonso, right in front of Howard Red, by the way, like literally right in front of him.
Yeah, I don't know how he missed that.
Decides to only give him a yellow card. I mean, some might argue that's violent conduct, or it's always endangering an opponent. Some people argue should have been a straight red, because there's 100%. No reason where the ball was and where his feet ends up on Alonso's chest. It's not making sense. It's not adding up. It was a horrible game to ref anyway, because it was just tackles flying. I think he had a poor game as a ref anyway.
Yeah, he did.
Where would you rank this?
But that decision alone, bro, it's criminal, bro. A man has assaulted another man, bro. Like, I don't think, because I think people, when you watch that game live, and you see man do that, even you go, like, what? Like, huh? Like, how? Why has he done that? You're almost like waiting for the red card to come out, and then he doesn't. So I'm thinking it's one of those decisions that collectively, everyone around the world, whether you're Dutch, Spanish, or anything in between, you know it's a red card, and it's not given. For me, that's criminal. And then you add all the not like the just not getting a handle in the game. I just remember Mark Van Bommel just kicking people left, right, and centre in that game.
Yeah. Nah.
Like not getting a handle in the game, and then that's just the cherry on top. Where I know Spain win in the end, but it's like
I mean, I think it's crazy because criminal. I think it's harsh. But I think it's serious.
Yeah, it's assault. By the way,
it's tough.
It's assault
because if he gets sent off, Spain. I mean, Spain still wins the game. That's what I think is kind of.
But they win the game in the like dying embers of extra time. They could have won that in 90 minutes and people forget Robben could have won Netherlands the game. Yeah. With that 1v1 on Casillas that he messed up, but
then you also could argue it would ruin the final. I mean,
ruin the final.
It would ruin the final.
Has kicked someone in the chest. What do you mean ruin the final? He's ruining the final. Because now if Alonso has broken ribs and he has to come off the pitch, are we gonna say a yellow card was still valid? It's assault,
it was
bro.
missed. But then where would you? I mean, I wouldn't say criminal because I don't think.
Do you know why it's criminal?
Yeah.
Because the act wasn't a criminal act, bro. This is assault. It's not a tackle.
Okay,
bro.
You know what? You made a fair point. You made a fair point, bro. To be fair, if that happened on the street, you're going behind bars. You're actually right. You know. Actually, you know what? Fair. You know what? You made a valid point.
I'll tell you, go fly kick. Like you said, go fly kick someone on the street and then see if they let you off with a warning, bro.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, fair enough. You made a fair point. I'm gonna say criminal. I don't think it. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna say criminal. I'm actually like debating myself in my mind. Next one, though, we have is Chelsea again versus Man United. I think we mentioned this kind of earlier as well. Versus Manchester United 2010 in the Premier League, where obviously Drogba was miles off, scores the winning goal to win Chelsea the 3 points. 2-1, I think you guys won that game, and ultimately that got you over the line for winning the title. I think even when we went on to the final day, you won us by a point, I believe. Was it a point or 2 points on that? Yeah, when you guys beat Wigan 8-0 on that final day. It was a short. I mean, this game made the difference. Put it that way. Yeah, it was. I felt like this game made the difference.
100%. I think it's definitely daylight robbery. Yeah, easily because it's a very far offside and it swung the title in Chelsea's favour because Chelsea basically had to win that to be comfortable and going. Again, I can't put it that far because like we looked at the Real Madrid Bayern game and said like. We'd even put that as criminal, and there was multiple decisions in that game. Yeah, I'd say daylight robbery is fair.
Yeah, no, I agree. Even as a Man United fan, I'll say it's daylight robbery. Yeah. Just because I don't think it was like I look at the intention behind. I don't think the referees on purposely missed it and said, we're gonna give Chelsea the goal and the title, whatever it is. So definitely daylight robbery. It should have never been a goal, but I'll just say as far as that for that game. So next one I have is Man United versus Real Madrid 2013 Champions League round 16. I don't know if you remember this one.
But the Nani red card.
Yes. So he's looking at the ball. The ball's coming over him. He's trying to control it, but as he's trying to control it, he's kicked Arbeloa. But you can see eyes on the ball the entire time, trying to control the ball. His foot plants onto Arbeloa. Referee gives a straight red card. And I do genuinely believe if it wasn't for that red card, we were winning the game, we were winning the tie, and we were playing much better than Real Madrid on the day. I do genuinely think without that red card, we win the game. It's obviously changed the tide of the game. Real Madrid scored 2 goals, and they go through. I mean, there's no technology at this point. You can't review it. So on the naked eye, maybe for the referee, if he's looking at it in real time, it might just look like a reckless kick or challenge.
And that's the thing. It's like... Is because the only thing obviously we have the benefit of watching it back is like you can see him tracking the ball and going for it, but then to the referee just sees a foot going into someone's body. Do you know what I mean? I think I'd have it as like serious controversy.
Amber.
Yeah, there was the debate. There's a lot of debate around it. Some people thought it was really harsh. Some people understood why it was given. Yeah, I'd say it's a controversial one. I wouldn't
Yeah.
say it's like a robbery or criminal.
Yeah, even as a Man United fan, I think it would be a stretch to say it was a robbery.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was a VAR error, VAR error, and they still gave that as a red, then I'd be like, okay, that's a robbery. You watched it back in slow-mo and everything, and you still give it as a red. But back then, there's no technology.
Yeah,
and I think if there was technology, I think it would have been overturned. But yeah, I'm going to say I'm with you, bro. Amber. Even as much it hurts me to say, because I think that season we could have went on and won the Champions League that season. Johnny, I believe that. Fergie's last season as well. So yeah. Next one, the last one. Last but not least, the most recent talking point, controversy, whatever you want to call it, issue. Senegal versus Morocco in the 2025 AFCON final. He was killing me.
Are we talking about everything up until today, or like just the game itself? Because
you could talk about up until now if you want. I mean, everything that's followed,
the whole
transpired
process.
after, the whole process.
the whole process has been criminal, bro.
For those that don't know, those that haven't watched AFCON or not sure, basically there was a late penalty decision against Senegal that was given to Morocco. Some may say it was soft, but ultimately the referee gave the penalty. Senegal decided to walk off the pitch in protest. There was a huge delay, about 15-minute, 20-minute delay onto the game. Senegal decided to come back. Morocco then take their penalty and they miss. Game goes to extra time. And Senegal scored the winner in extra time. And then they also obviously win the trophy and lift the trophy. And as we know at that moment in time, Senegal are the African Cup of Nations champions. But then as of recently, Morocco appealed to CAF and CAF overturned it and actually awarded Morocco the trophy. Now, there's a lot more context and layers to this. During that game, Senegal thought that they should have got the goal prior to the penalty, just minutes before. There was a lot of controversial decisions for Morocco throughout that tournament. That a lot of people felt that Morocco were being favoured. There was a lot of question marks about and allegations about how Senegal was being treated going into that final. But across 120 minutes of football, which the referee, decided to push, Senegal won the game fair and square, in my opinion. They won the game fair and square. So, I mean, you tell me your opinion on this, man. It's I think it's the craziest thing I've ever seen, ever. Out of everything in this list so far, maybe bar the Germany-Austria one, you could argue this might be one of the most craziest things I've ever seen.
I think the whole process is criminal.
Yeah.
Like,
the entirety.
Point blank, yeah. Like, the goal that was disallowed, the penalty that was given, shocking. Senegal walking off the pitch, it's also criminal. I don't feel like teams should do that. I understand why they did it, and I think at that point they were ready to forfeit the game, but the ref continued the game. Fairs. The appeal process and retroactively awarding someone a trophy that they didn't win was it's nonsense. It's all a nonsense. It's criminality, and this is why people don't take AFCON seriously. This is why I don't take AFCON seriously anymore after this tournament.
It's embarrassing.
And it's massively embarrassing. Like, there's been moments, the guy blowing the whistle earlier, all this stuff that happened before.
And they're more comedic. They're more comedic, and you can brush it off to a certain degree.
AFCON was banned. Like, there's things that happen and you go, AFCON's banter in it, but like, it's not even funny. Like, this is not even.
This ruins credibility.
Yeah,
still.
it's just.
Yeah,
it's a mess. Yeah, straight criminal, bro.
Yeah, criminal to who though? Criminal
everyone
to the
involved.
Organisation, both teams involved,
everything. Yeah,
the entirety.
I think the way Morocco benefit from it, criminal, CAF criminal, Senegal walking off the pitch, and then the game not ending with that. I think it's criminal.
That's the argument I have. I feel like if referee decided to end the game when Senegal walked off, fairs.
Yeah, I think they were happy. I think
they
were happy for that to happen.
Yeah.
But then they said, carry on playing. So you can't later on say, like, the game was forfeited when they walked off the pitch. The referee, who is in charge of the game, continued the game.
Yeah, so now I'm with you, bro. I think it's criminal. I think beyond criminal, even at this point. Just embarrassing, man. Honestly, embarrassing, criminal. Yeah. But I agree with you, bro. I think that is criminal. But there you have it, man. Those are the biggest controversies of robberies in football. But there you have it, guys. So let us know in the comments if you agree, disagree, any other ones that we missed out. And until next time, peace.
Peace.